So in this video, we want to talk about some cooking mistakes that you are making your healthy food unhealthy. Do you know that no matter how healthy or delicious a food may be, it may actually end up losing all those nutrients and all its health benefits because you cooked it the wrong way or you added the wrong ingredients. So we want to discuss this, and we want to discuss how you can still enjoy your healthy food without making it unhealthy and adding more calories. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Welcome back, Blank Dieters, and thank you so much to all my returning subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you are a newcomer, welcome. Remember to do the ritual that makes you family and click the subscribe button down below. Also, click the notification bell so you are notified every time that I upload a new video. Like and share with your family and friends. I also want to know your thoughts, so please leave me a comment down below about the topic that we're discussing today, and I will get back to you and we can have a full-on discussion down in the comment section. Anyway, so as I mentioned before, we're talking about some cooking mistakes that you have made that actually end up reducing the health value of your food. So one of the most common cooking mistakes that I've seen people make is overusing or excess usage of seasonings and dressings, basically condiments. People overuse these because they underestimate the number of calories as well as sodium that is contained within these foods. Like, you might just think, oh, I'm adding just a dash more of this delicious seasoning to my popcorn, but you may actually be adding a lot of sodium. Especially if you're using things like soy sauce, you can easily go overboard. You know, if you don't use measuring cups, and if you're not careful to buy a low sodium soy sauce, you can end up actually over using the soy sauce. And then what you do, especially in stir fries, but you're actually putting a lot, and you end up adding a lot of sodium to your food, which leads to water retention. Also, other condiments like ketchup and chutney. I love chutney, by the way. And also things like mayonnaise and salad dressings have a lot of calories that are hidden. Do you know that 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, depending on what type of mayo that you're using, has upwards of 75 calories? So just using 1 tablespoon, and I know anyone who uses a tablespoon of mayo, unless if you're really disciplined, but for me, I try to use half a tablespoon if I'm making like a sandwich or something. But you really need to be careful about these things. Ketchup, make sure that you weigh your ketchup, weigh your condiments, measure them, use measuring spoons, use your scale to make sure that you don't use too much. We have all heard of the medicinal and nutritional benefits of honey. But another mistake that a lot of people make is exposing honey to high temperatures, like cooking honey. That's the worst thing that you can do, because honey is most beneficial in its raw form. When you cook it, you're taking away its medicinal properties. Actually, you can run the risk of making it poisonous. And if you expose it to temperatures that are higher than 40 degrees Celsius, it actually starts to taste bitter. So don't cook honey, okay? Make sure that you eat honey in its raw form so you can get the nutritional and medicinal properties. Honey is another high calorie, high sugar food. So what you want to do is also weigh and measure to make sure that you're not having too much, because too much of anything, I don't care how good it is a bad thing. Another cooking mistake that you could be making is exposing healthy oils to high temperatures. Some people make the mistake of sauteing with coconut oil or olive oil. These oils contain a lot of nutritional compounds that are destroyed when you use them in a very high temperature. So don't do that. Sunflower oil is meant for deep frying, sauteing, baking, and stuff like that. But things like olive oil or flaxseed oil should only be used to drizzle or flavor or something like that. You don't want to use it at high temperatures. You are definitely losing all the nutritional compounds in that oil. If you love fried food, you may want to close your ears for this coming one, because I'm talking about fried foods, okay? The next mistake that you may be making is frying your food. I know that frying things turns the otherwise bland and yucky things into yummy treats, but what you need to consider is the oil and just the trans fat and calories that you're adding to this food. I am not talking like I don't love fried food. Trust me, I love fried chicken. Myself, I love fried chicken, but it's not the healthiest, so I settle. So I opt for baked chicken instead. Even if I want the fried chicken, I make baked fried chicken. So frying your food, you're not doing yourself any favors by frying food, because a lot of people tend to think that eating broccoli and frying okra, it's still the same. It's not. Just cooking okra in a healthy way is not frying it. So if you eat fried okra, greens with bacon and butter and turkey leg in it, you're only adding calories to an otherwise healthy food. Frying broccoli or frying chicken or frying all these different things, you're adding a lot of unhealthy fat to your food. So instead of frying, try baking. Or nowadays, the new craze are air fryers. You add just a little bit of oil, put it in there, and it comes out nice and crispy, but with reduced calories. Okay, the next thing, I actually learned this recently and I actually switched over this year. The next mistake that you may be making is using the wrong cookware. I know we all love a good non-stick pan, but to be honest, these non-stick cookware contain Teflon, which contains some chemicals that are known to be bad for overall health. So you really don't want to be using non-stick cookware. I think just go back to the basics. Go back to your regular cast iron glass. It's better. Like for me now, I cook most of my food in cast iron now because I feel like it's just better. It's natural. It's just better for me. And it actually cooks the food better. Like if I'm making stews and anything that needs to be slow cooked, it's really good. Making soups. Even like I have a cast iron skillet as well. It's also awesome for sauteing things, awesome for searing meats, awesome for cooking things like eggs. So use the right cookware. Stay away from that Teflon because the chemicals that are in there are not healthy for you. Another cooking mistake that you may be doing is adding raw salt to your food. A lot of people do that because maybe they taste, oh, this is a bland dish, and then they add raw salt. The use or the regular use of raw salt on food has been linked to heart disease as well as kidney problems. So you don't want to do that. Don't over season your food. Don't eat raw salt on your food. Actually, what I've seen some people do, I had a friend of mine, before she even tasted anything, she would start adding salt before she actually tasted the food. So that's a mistake right there that you may be making that may cost you big time when it comes to your health, because kidney ailments and heart ailments are very serious ones, and that may cost you your life. The next cooking mistake that may be making your food that was healthy before become unhealthy is overcooking your vegetables. This is one of my pet peeves. I hate overcooked vegetables. Like, I don't know what you think you're doing if you serve me a leafy green and then it turns brown or the natural color of the vegetable comes out. When you overcook vegetables, they become soggy and then they lose their nutritional value. They lose the crispiness, the crunch, and they end up just being, like baby food in your mouth. I don't like that. I don't like to overcook vegetables. Not only does it not taste great, it actually takes all the flavor out of the vegetable. Instead, what you want to do is lightly saute them in a little bit of oil, or you can blanch them. I love blanching personally, especially if you're going to use vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, peas, string beans in a salad. It's the best if you blanch them. You can roast them in a little bit of oil, or you can air fry them. They are equally as delicious, but don't overcook, overboil, oversteam your vegetables. Another cooking mistake, I have definitely been guilty of this one. So I am really, I'm going to see if I can start doing this, but I think it's going to take me some time. But another cooking mistake that is turning your healthy food into an unhealthy food is peeling your vegetables, okay? Do you know that the peels of some vegetables actually contain more nutrient than the vegetable or the fruit itself? Okay, like the peels of pumpkins, like the skin of pumpkin, apples, carrots, cucumbers, potatoes actually contain a lot of minerals and fiber that you're peeling off. So you can make dishes like smashed potatoes that don't need you to peel the potatoes, or you can bake your potatoes, or even if you're making oven baked fries, you keep the skin on. Even though you don't like it, I think if you season it correctly, it's going to be really, really good. Cucumber, don't peel off the skin. Make sure that you keep your cucumber with the skin on. Pick a cucumber that's not too big, because when they're bigger, their skin tends to be more rough and you can't eat it. So pick one that's in the middle, that's not too small. I don't mind the small ones, by the way. The small ones are actually quite tasty. So pick one that's not too big, that's kind of small. And the same applies for things like carrots. Don't pick carrots that are too big because the skin is too rough and you're not going to be able to eat it. But pick one that's kind of in the middle, or even the baby carrots, and you can be able to eat the skin and get the full nutritional benefits from that vegetable. Also, there is a ton of fiber in that skin that you're peeling off, which is necessary for your digestive system. When you're buying these kinds of fruit and vegetable, find the best, like not too big, not too small. The skin will be definitely bearable for you to eat. If you're a first timer, and then as you get used to eating it, it will get better. And as you see the health benefits, you will definitely be incentivized to eat more of those foods. So anyway, Blank Dieters, that's all I have for you in this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Till the next video, bye.